second graders, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. Hope you've been able to enjoy the beautiful weather outside today and hopefully got some of your work done on Seesaw. I love getting to see all the work that you guys have been posting. That's been really great. I'm really excited for today because today I get to tell you guys where Penelope Peabody is. I also get to read you a brand new book that we've never read before, haven't even had it in our library. But before we do that, that is right. We have breaking news here at Mrs. Ho's house. Guys, the butterflies have emerged. Let's see. I'm going to try and scoot these over without moving the camera too much for you to see if you can see our butterflies. Where are they? There's one right there hanging out. There's still one. You can see that guy in the back right over here. Right here. Let's see if I can turn him. There he is, kind of hanging out in the back. Oh, he's moving now. There he is. You can kind of see. Kind of hard to see him in here. But we've got this guy right here. We've got another one here. We've got one guy back there, and we've got one guy hanging out down here. We still have one more chrysalis left. You can see he's opening and closing his wings. So they do this to kind of fan out their wings and dry them off so that they are ready for flight when we release them. And so they're getting ready. They're getting excited. We'll give them a couple days to just kind of hang out in here, making sure all of them are hatched, first of all. There's this guy. It's kind of hard to see. And then we will release them. And then when I release them, I will make sure to videotape it so you guys can see when they're released. So that's our breaking news for today. They're pretty cool. They're pretty excited. We got one more to go. So we'll keep you posted on that. I'm going to put them in the sun so they can get their wings all dried off, ready for their flight. All right, so now that we've had our breaking news, let's move on to Penelope Peabody. She's lost again. She needs a map really bad. Here's the clue I gave you. The Motor City is fantastic. I see plenty of factories where brand new cars are made. I even toured the Henry Ford Museum. I bought some tickets to see the Lions play football this Sunday. I wonder how they trained large African cats to play football. It should be fun to see. I am lost someplace by the Great Lakes. What state am I in? This is the clue that I've been giving you guys, and I've had so many people send me correct answers. I've had a bunch of people just recently, today and yesterday. So I've got a couple more to add to my list. Ava, you got it correct. Marley got it correct, and so did Lucas. Way to go, guys. So everybody that got this correct clue, Weston, Bennett, Cadence, Hudson, Adelaide, Caden, Ava, Marley, and Lucas, you all got it correct, and you all knew where Penelope Peabody was. Penelope Peabody is lost in Michigan. Michigan is a state kind of closer to the East Coast. I decided to start mixing up with some of the colors to make it easier to see. So Michigan is right up here. It's the red one. And we live all the way over here. This is Washington, so we don't live close to Michigan, but you can see it's right up here. And it is closer to the East Coast, and that's where she was at. So let's get another clue for you. Let's see if you guys can figure this one out. You guys are just geography whizzes. I'm really impressed with how quickly you can answer these questions. Let's see if this one will be tricky for you. It's a longer one. Okay. Penelope Peabody, lost in the United States. Everyone around here is wearing colorful shirts. All day long, people have been smiling at me and saying aloha. I don't know what it means, but they're very, very friendly people. I visited a local tourist shop and found a surfboard. I'm headed out to Waikiki Beach to try it out. Someone told me there are no roads leading out of this state. I don't know how I'll find my way home. What state am I in? All right, let's see if you can figure out where Penelope Peabody is. Here's your clue. I will tell you the answer to this clue on Friday. If you think you know the answer to this clue, you can send me a message in Seesaw, in the Remind app, or in email, whatever's easiest for you guys. All right, so that's our clue for today. Today I have a new book for you. It is called The Grumpy Monkey. I've never had this book in my library. I just recently purchased it. I thought it was a silly looking book. I thought we'd give it a shot. It is written by Suzanne Lang, and it's illustrated by Max Lang. The Grumpy Monkey. One wonderful day, Jim Pansy woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I am not grumpy, Jim insisted. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So, Jim loosened up. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his eyebrows. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh, no, said Norman. That's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel happy inside. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds. Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. Jim didn't feel like swinging. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet. You should take a bath. You should make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh. You should take a nap. You should eat old meat or some honey. Or you should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he beat his chest. And he stomped off. There he goes. Jim felt sorry. A little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed. And just as he was starting to feel really sad, he came upon Norman. Norman was slumped. His eyebrows were bunched up, and he was frowning. What's the matter? Are you grumpy? Asked Jim. No, I danced with Porcupine, said Norman. Yikes. "Are you okay?" asked Jim. "It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough," said Norman. "Are you still grumpy?" "Yes," said Jim, "but I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now I need to be grumpy." "It's a wonderful day to be grumpy," said Norman. Jim agreed. Look at that poor gorilla's rear. And he already felt a little better. The end. I like that story. It kind of talks a little bit about sometimes we feel grumpy and we don't always know why we feel grumpy. But we talk in class too. How you feel is how you feel. And if you feel grumpy, that's just sometimes how it is. But in this book, his friends really helped him to understand that being grumpy, sometimes you are. But if you just have friends that help you help you feel better, it's always good. So sometimes we get grumpy, and that's okay. All right, guys, I hope you have a great night. I hopefully have more breaking news for you tomorrow that our last caterpillar comes out. And if he does, I'll keep you posted. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.